Shalom. All praise and glories unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honor to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, elect. Shalom unto you. Just got a quick video and just want to highlight that it's crash out season, man. And what we're seeing is just mass shootings that I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about, the other random stuff, the stuff Jake is doing, people getting knifed and so on and so forth. This is just Edomite mass shootings. This is who does these types of shootings. Okay. Pardon me. All right. Pardon me. Excuse me. Anyway, today, 9 hours ago, it says 4 killed in Montana bar shooting. That is U.S. 9th mass murder of 2025. There have been 7 mass shootings in 2025. This was 3 days ago. Excuse me. A deadly day in the U.S. 3 days ago, right? Mass shootings hit several major cities Monday. Manhattan shooting, latest gunman mentioned CTE appeared to target NFL. And they say that they wasn't targeting that, but 5 days ago, U.S. mass shooting. Data from Mother Jones's investigation from 1982 to 2025. These are just the headlines. Page 1. 5 things to know for July 29th. Mass shootings, extreme weather, snap lawsuit, probably going to say Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, Ghislaine Maxwell. These are all things happening in these times. Okay. Showing you footage of cops sitting around, for in New York. All right. Mass shootings. This is the guy, we've all seen this somewhere. Forget that Arby's, but bear with me. Rocky, excuse me, forgive me. I have to try to get that together. But we've seen this footage before, right? This is a former FBI deputy director says photo of shooting suspect reveals insight into his plan. Walking around that big ass long rifle, as they keep letting it be known, which is gun control, right? Extreme weather, dangerous line of storms roar across the northern plains and upper Midwest overnight, unleashing large hail and wind gusts over 90 miles per hour. Several tornadoes also reported in the rural Dakota and Iowa, the National Weather Service said. Excuse me. People were without power, damage to homes, and just skimming through the thunderstorm complex weakened before it could meet the distance criteria to be classified as a derecho, something like that. But the end result was the same. Snap lawsuit. So this is going back. Let's see if we can get to this unprecedented. I'm skipping into it. In fact, 20 states are suing the Trump administration, alleging that the Department of Agriculture is improperly attempting to gather sensitive personal information about the low-income families who use the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, to buy groceries. This unprecedented demand that states turn over SNAP data violates all kinds of state and federal privacy laws. Wow. And further breaks the trust between the federal government and the people it serves. California Attorney General Rob Bonta said in a statement, when announcing the effort in May, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said the government needs to needs access to information about the people who use food stamps because SNAP has been on autopilot with no USDA insight in real-time data, which we've done videos on Palantir. Which, what is Palantir doing? It's the company that's bringing all the different information in real time to one database. Okay? Which we believe is the setup of the MOTB system. Okay? That system is gonna be accessible through your micro C-hip implant. Okay? You see what it's talking about? Planned Parenthood. A new preliminary injunction issued Monday. A federal judge has blocked the nationwide enforcement of a provision in President Trump's sweeping domestic policy law that would defund Planned Parenthood's healthcare services. Good, man. Close your legs. Close your legs, man, or have the baby. You know? And I mean, the way that's just the beginning. But this is going to be cleaned up in the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay? All this is going to be cleaned up in the kingdom of heaven. Just going over a few of these things to show you how crazy and just Ghislaine Maxwell was trying to snitch so she can get everybody. Maybe she can get out early or whatever she's looking to do. All right? But just those other ones, particularly the mass shootings, is one that's ridiculous. Reno, Nevada, leaving 3 people dead and several others wounded. Okay, that was on Monday. Already endured more than 250 mass shootings now this year. Now, one thing that I read on one of these articles, it said there have already been more mass shootings than days in the year already. It might be down here. Yeah, right there. The Boston Globe said the U.S. has had more mass shootings than days this year, but the pace is slowing. Oh, great. New York unlikely to prompt U.S. Congress to tighten gun controls. Reintroducing the mass shootings fact sheet from June the 6th. Okay, this man's running plays, and look, life is just flimsy now, man. Okay, a lot of people got to get judged in a negative way. Okay, and a lot of the stage is being set on a lot of different levels. Okay, for everybody that passed away to come back and get the judgment, whether it's, or to catch missile fire, or to be exonerated, so to speak, for lack of a better word. Okay, meaning you come back to get salvation. There will be elect that have passed away in this ministry, and they're going to come back and receive mercy. All right, and them passing away is mercy. But let me just hit this, because I just want to bring up this news. This is really just letting us know how crazy this is with these mass shootings and news. And a lot of these are psyops. You can't have this many going on at one time, so your brain is just focused on this to where you're missing what's really going on in the world. Okay? We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. Well, let me grab a precept. I didn't really have anything particularly, but 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter did come to mind. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy," which this is what you should be focused on, prophecy, and seeing where the prophecy is lining up with the current events. Measuring the time diligently, as it says in the 9th chapter of 2nd Ezra, right? "And I will put in thy mouth," which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, to the prophets, right? It says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Written, you might as well write these in stone, right? It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity," which incredulity means disbelief, "of them trouble thee that speak against thee." People are, well, this stuff been happening. It's just because the economy's so bad. Drug use is up too. This goes when the economy's messed up and people are, living paycheck to paycheck. People are going to have all these things. They're never going to want to attribute this to the prophetic times that we're living in, basically the end of this kingdom that we're living in, this empire of the Edomite. It's time for it to end. It says, and the Most High is tired of you 2/3 Jake's wicked lifestyle, man. Okay, all this has to be corrected, man. And we're in a time of it correcting. It says, For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All of these are different plagues. The sword is killing, whether that's the missiles or guns, either way, or any form of it, pestilence, all of that could be considered a killing instrument. Okay? Famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Which immediately that makes me think of, we're back in the state, and it's far worse. But we're in a state of, let me go to it, Genesis 6 verse 5, and the Most High saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth. This is where we're at again. And that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And this brought about the flood with Noah. Okay? So let's go back. So that was Noah was the first death. This fire, which he made the covenant never to destroy the earth with water again, but so that's not going to happen. But he still can create a second death because he's gonna send fire upon the earth. Okay. So now we're back in verse 6 in 2 Ezra 15. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And this is what you see the teachers and the prophets out there doing. We're telling the people that the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, is tired of the wickedness in the earth. That's why his spirit is being poured out upon our people with dreams and on the prophets to warn you and to tell you what's going on in the earth and how to make the necessary corrections and amendments, okay? Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. This has got to end. It's got to have an end for all of this. Like the flood humbled the people quickly. You know, once the flood hit, this fire is going to do the same thing. The second death. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. There's still the elect that are sighing and crying out here. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt. This is now, what matter of fact, I'm going to say, with plagues as before. And these plagues are hitting this new Egypt. Okay, I'm talking about the Egypt before the 10 plagues hit it and we came out of that captivity. Well, this Egypt got to get hit with plagues as well before we come out of this captivity. Okay, and will destroy all the land thereof. Ancient Egypt's land wasn't all destroyed before. This is the one that gets destroyed. It's America, Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, Sodom and Egypt, when you read into the scriptures. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Okay, now let's touch on where was I going with that? Let me see now. Yeah, bear with me. I had something, but I want to. Oh, yeah, bear with me. Okay, Ezekiel 9:4. When it's talking about the righteous blood of the Israelites. Okay, and this ain't for all the people, this is for the Israelites. If you're of the elect, you're an Israelite. If you get salvation and you get that chariot ride up out of the land and you get changed, you're an Israelite. Salvation is only for the Israelites. Thus saith the Bible. That's another lesson, but just saying it. But this says it here, Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, it's something on your spirit that you sigh and cry about, man. The unrighteousness going on through our people. The innocent blood crieth unto me. Okay? Even though this wickedness have polluted the whole earth, there's still a righteous that are sighing and crying in these times out there, right? And that mark is a mark of the Thawa, the mark of exemption. The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, being of the elect, will be on those people. Okay, those chosen elect of the Israelites. Okay, it doesn't matter if you look like a heathen or not. Your spirit is going to go back to the Father. Okay, meaning you've made all the conduct changes and repentance and all the things. Call upon the proper names. Okay, necessary to earn salvation. So, and to the others, he said in mine hearing, those other wicked people, said go at. Well, it's talking about the other angels to do it. Said go after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Okay, so as that angel went and put a mark on people of exemption, the other angels are going to go and smite. Okay, and this is who he's going to smite: the other wicked people. In verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. Anybody can get it, man, except the elect. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, that mark of exemption. Okay, and begin at my sanctuary at the children of Israel that know to the Israelites. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay, so it's showing you that this is important, that you see that these mass shootings are leading to just death and destruction all around. Now let's go back to the 15th chapter. So now I'm back in 2 Ezra 15 verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Same thing is said in Revelation, the 12th chapter. Where the devil has come down having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. And that great wrath is going to be shootings, psyops, okay, so on and so forth. Many different things this devil is going to do so he can forward his agenda to get his birthright back. And he can rule forever. But that's not in the plans of the Father. But the Father is going to allow him to bring his wrath down and touch these people. Okay, it says, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And what's the modern day sword? It's a gun. America has the most guns per capita anywhere in the world. Okay, when you Google that statistic, American citizens, per capita in guns, you're gonna see it's like so many guns here, man. It's ridiculous. Okay, like I think I looked at it a while back. It might be like 9. I don't remember the stats, but it's something like 9 guns per citizen. And then when you think about it, not every citizen has weapons, has guns. So that's even crazier. Okay, who really has it? It says, there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And this is where it's going to get out of control, and they're going to have to bring martial law, which it says in verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's not just a travel ban. You're blocked off from going into the next city, into the next town, to the next grocery store, if you don't have that micro C-hip implant, if you don't have the proper clearance and papers, or just because of the danger that's going out. And you got to think, all these mass shootings are happening, and there's still the money, there's still running water, there's still food in the grocery stores. Yeah, money's getting tight, but this ain't crazy. It ain't completely out of control like it's about to get. It said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, that's coming. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. All the things that they're going through, they're crashing out. And when it gets down to they don't have food, the crash out is going to become far worse. Okay? You think these mass shooters, these people are losing it because they seeing that they're losing their jobs, they're losing their sanity. Okay, they're losing their families. Women and men are fighting one another, leaving people, looking for social media to be the answer. Okay, when that was their whole world. Men have been sacrificing. I'm just not trying to make this into a red pill thing, but men have been sacrificing their lives for the lives of their family, going to work every day at shithole jobs just to make ends meet. And then women are ungrateful about it and just leaving. taking the kids or whatever gave that man peace and sanity that got him up the next day to go to work. And so people are crashing out. When I saw an article, let me bring it up. I'm not gonna play it though. This is the one in Montana, at Owl Bar in Anaconda, Montana. Okay, crashing out, man. 45-year-old. Hey, Edomite or white Gen X, man, is losing their shit, man. White Gen X is losing it, man. Okay, the one I want to show was on Instagram. Okay, and this was her talking about it. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna play the but Blackstone is talking about, and this guy here, we've seen that footage, right? And she has like 4 videos that I've only watched 2 of them. I didn't watch the other 2 yet, but she had like 4 videos on her page, which says it right there, Debate Her Official. Okay, and she hypothesizes, I'm gonna say, or alleges that it's because people can't afford homes. So he was going really to Blackstone, who's been buying up all the houses, messing up the housing market. In short. Now, when you watch her thing, she's gonna go deeper into it than what I just said, but in essence, that's pretty much what I gathered out of those, video and a half to 2 videos, that I watched. Okay. And so that is a concern, though. That is a major concern. I think one of the 4 people. Now they were saying 4 people, then they were saying 6 people, then it's 5 people. But on the news they kept pushing that 6 o'clock, which we know what this is going to come down to: control, gun control, mind control, obedience within the image of the beast, the safety, peace and safety. Okay. Which they believe can be solved through that implant, the wicked implant, not that mark, of exemption that the Lord has the angel given out, but the MOT to the B, the mark of the beast that the devil's gonna give out and implant in you. He's not putting it on your spirit and your mind. This man's putting it in your body. From Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, so these crash outs can be controlled. And they look like psyops. They said this man was white. They said all kind of things. I can see this nigga got nappy hair right here. I don't know. He looked like 5 different things when I seen his other pictures. If this is one. No, that's something else. Okay. Not even click into her page. I'm not going to click on anything. But she had, explained. Blackstone CEO killed. Like, she has all on controlling narratives, plot holes in the narrative that he targeted the NFL. Blackstone explained why he targeted those more videos. Excuse me. Okay. So it's showing all kinds of things. So, if you're just entertained at this type of thing and you need more details, so you can look into it. This is somewhere I was just having to come across. And that's like 7 videos. Okay. So, and she's going to some cool stuff. I never hit follow. I was supposed to follow this. Well, I'll follow it after. But yeah. So anyway, Lord willing, this was edifying. I just want to put it out there that the crash outs are getting out of control, and they're going to really, truly blow up. Okay? Crash outs are going to get far worse when the stakes get higher, when there's no food, when everybody's being pushed out of their jobs and becoming homeless, pushed out of their homes. The crash out's really going to get out of control when the percentage of the population that are housed versus unhoused, that are fed versus unfed, begin to sway in the negatives. Okay? The crash out will only grow larger as we get closer and closer to the day of the Lord. And this medication and these implants and so on and so forth are going to make a zombie type feel with the people. You can debate that all you like. If people are going to be actual, but we see that how these people are acting now. Weirdo. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, is edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh. To the next one. Shalom.